A little peek behind the curtain this morning for anyone watching this video. While we are doing this right now, Carter is his head is spinning a little bit. The Michigan football penalties, punishments, whatever you want to call it, just dropped, formally published here. And to say Cart's been a little bit distracted the last 10 minutes or so, I think is an understatement. So, anyways, I figured Cart needs some sort of, I don't know, pick me up a little bit, maybe a little shot of espresso or something here. So here's Dane Fife. Let's talk about your favorite, Cart. Dane Fife was a story yesterday on Twitter. Did you see this?
Okay, you know I saw this. You kidding me?
I
Of
knew
course,
the answer to that, but
of course I saw this because, and the crazy part is, this made me do something that I thought I would never ever have to do ever in my days, Gregory. Like I truly thought I would leave this earth without having to do this. I still with Mike Woodson, dog.
let's talk about it. So, Dane Fife, former Michigan State assistant coach turned former Indiana assistant coach. He's been a Hoosier for basically his entire life. Dane Fife was on staff with Mike Woodson, and Dane Fife decided yesterday to respond to, I don't know if it's a fan or a troll or somebody on Twitter, but it was a post about Dane's time as a coach on Mike Woodson's staff. And we don't see the original tweet at Dane Fife. I don't know if it was deleted or what, but thanks to a screenshot from Hoosier Review, Twitter account, we see what Dane Fife responded, and he took some shots at Mike Woodson and his staff. This is what Dane Fife said yesterday on Twitter. Quote, I struggled to tolerate ineptness, laziness, and yes men. I did not belong there under those circumstances. My mistake is owned by me. Impulse and passion, I trusted blindly, doing no due diligence. End quote. Seems to be directly asserting that Mike Woodson and or other decision makers in charge in the Mike Woodson era at Indiana were inept, lazy, and full of yes men. Dane Fife didn't mesh with that card. Your thoughts?
Kind of shocking that he didn't mesh with ineptitude, I think, because I figure that's why he got booted from his last two jobs and why the last 4 years he's been jobless in the assistant coaching world. I just think this is a lot of scorn to X vibes, in my opinion. I hear what he's trying to say, but also no, I don't. Like that's fake. Actually, I don't hear what he's trying to say. Dane Fife wasn't good at his job, and that's why he wasn't at Michigan State, and that's also why he wasn't there long at Indiana either. Now he could point to others and point the blame on others, put the blame on others. And look, I'm not here to defend Mike Woodson. I think Mike Woodson had his shortcomings, obviously, in how he ran Indiana and how that rubbed people the wrong way. But let's not get it twisted here. You played just as much of a factor in why you're not there and played a factor in the ineptitude and whatever other term he wanted to use to why you weren't there. Because if it was the case that you just fell victim to this, people would have realized that, and other coaches would have been looking to hire you, but they didn't because they know what you are.
Yeah, what is that exactly? I shouldn't have prompted you with that.
A bad assistant basketball coach.
What makes him a bad assistant basketball coach? Because Michigan State won a lot of games when Dane Fife was an assistant coach.
Yeah, I also got a lot of A's in college on group projects. I ain't do shit to it.
Seems a little harsh, man. A little
No,
harsh.
I think he's a good judge of, for the most part, of knowing what staffs to be on. He made a great call being on Tom Izzo's staff. Maybe now Mike Woodson, that was not the best choice because he couldn't ride coattails and
Did
skate by.
did he? Is he a great judge of knowing what staffs to be on when he willingly left Tom Izzo's staff to coach at Mike Woodson's? He wasn't fired from Michigan State, to be clear. Was he? I don't. He left.
Yeah,
That
he
was the PR
left.
spin, according to you.
He left.
I mean, there were a
Wait,
lot of stories on record at the time of Tom Izzo being like, "Yeah, we respect his decision. That's his decision to leave us."
because he's a good, because yeah, because despite what people think, Tom Izzo does have a little bit of heart and he is a little bit of a good guy. But it was like, I feel like Dane was like, I'm leaving, and like the doors open. He's like, I'm serious, I'll go.
Yeah.
Like there was no like, Dane, come back. Oh no,
No,
please.
you're right. No, no, notorious good guy Tom Izzo always keeps his door open for people who abandon him, like AJ Hogard and Trey Holloman and Dane Fife.
Has Dane Fife been a grind week the last 4 years?
He should be. He definitely should be. Um, yeah, okay. I don't know that there's much of a story here other than Dane Fife opening his mouth on things he probably shouldn't. Even if you are gonna try and defend Dane Fife here, even if you agree with what he is saying, you also probably should agree with the fact that this is just in bad taste. Mike Woodson's not the coach anymore. He lost his job, right? So at this point, it's kind of all water under the bridge, unless you're gonna like sit down and put your face on camera and speak to your experiences about it and tell some stories. Like tweeting about how inept your boss was years ago is just kind of a bad look for a professional human being. Now, again, to your point, he hasn't found a coaching job since leaving Indiana. I don't know the backstory on that. I don't know if he's wanted one. I don't know if it's that no one will hire him. To be honest with you, given the way Tom Izzo seemed to speak highly of him even after leaving, I would think it's not that hard for Dane Fife to find a job if he wanted to be assistant coaching right now, but I could be misreading that. I don't know. I will say this, and I'm not going to, I don't know, tell gory details on this because it's all rumors as far as I'm concerned. The rumors of how he fell out of favor at Michigan State before going to Indiana were wild. And in terms of Dane Fife talking about ineptitude or laziness, like a very unique story of things Dane Fife was doing that had nothing to do with basketball that affected his job at Michigan State. I just flat out calling recruits and talking about topics that shouldn't be talked about was the rumor that I had heard. And
There's rumors that some of that's not to that exact thing, but there's also rumors that he was not like, I mean, he was a bit of an oddball to say so on the Indiana staff and some of his tactics, I guess I would say.
yeah, and again, these are all rumors. I'm just strictly speaking to rumors. I hesitate to even like go on record with what those rumors are. But like just for him to be like, yeah, it was a staff full of yes men. Was it yes men who were being told like, hey, don't call recruits and tell them what to do with their personal lives? Because that's if coaches are saying yes to that, then maybe we should all be yes men, you know?
Right. Listen, this, you know what this is? Because this is what it truly is. It wore off a little bit. You know, the Fife wore off eventually. Like, great career at Clarkston legend too, by the way. A high school that's tricked many of folks. That's great. That's all good. Played at Indiana. You can enlighten me. Fife was really good at Indiana, right? Or no? Yes? Do you know that by any chance?
He was good.
Okay, yeah, good player. Good player at Indiana. Um, yeah, I feel that 100%. Uh,
He averaged
also,
5 and 2 on his
okay,
career.
so but like played 4 years in Indiana, like love player, everything like that. Um, he has under 500 record as a head coach. He kind of, I, I don't want to say it. He stumbled into Michigan State staff because of people he knows and probably of his family name. He did a great job on there. He was on the staff. We'll say what you want. And then he went to Indiana and it didn't work out. He was probably salty because he didn't even get looked at for the head job, and they hired Mike Woodson. He was probably on the staff salty the whole time that he was there. So, you know, I don't know. It must have been a long lunch break or something on this Wednesday.
He had 11 and 5 and 3 made threes in the national championship game his senior year.
That's more than I've ever had. So salute to him. But
Yeah. I mean,
eventually,
looking back on his career, honestly, he was basically Bloomington Mason Gillis. And in the end, we can look back on this and agree that both of them should have been better at making decisions.
true. What staff would Dane Fife fit on, do you think? Like, I feel like maybe there are some coaches that should be calling him.
Auburn.
Yeah, like why? he's so bad of a coach that not even Bruce Pearl will give him a call.
Are we sure on that? Like, are we positive that's not in the works right now?
It's not.
All right. So just to end this segment, let's just make sure we define where we're at with this. So in the battle between Dane Fife and Mike Woodson, you, Carter Elliott, stand with Mike Woodson.
You can say that somebody else is bad at their job, but also like you're bad at your job too. Like you are bad at your job. Also, if I'm Mike Woodson, I've accomplished more in my coaching career at any level than you ever had, by the way, for what it's worth. That's why you were on my staff. And when you were a head coach, you took IFPW to one winning season and somehow parlayed that into a Michigan State assistant coaching job. Get me and Woody need to attack this as one. Who is he talking to? Who is Dane Fife actually talking to here? Dead ass.
Honestly, you and Woody should I don't know, get on the course and discuss this. I feel like 18 holes and you could both air your frustrations with Dane
Me,
Fife.
Woody versus you and Dane Fife 2v2.
I don't think either one of you want that.
Yeah, I don't. Fife probably doesn't want
I
that
don't
too.
think I want that either.